Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I will first ask a question for allergies. I will
Okay.
begin now.
Okay.
Okay. How Ayurveda medicine treats allergies?
Ayurveda says that allergy is not Allah di marzi, that it is not the will of God. It is the something imbalance in the immune system. There is a hypersensitive reaction of the immune system. So then there is allergy in the body. Because it is certain harmless things, they become hypersensitive to us, and that leads to allergy. We can have allergy from the dust, from peanuts, from some food items, some insect bite, and these are the things which can cause allergy in our system. We can be allergic to anything which is in protein in nature.
How to improve immunity?
To increase immunity, we have to make the balance of our, we take the rasayan medicines, like there's the amla, this Indian gooseberry. So this works. There's a preparation known as chavan prash. It increases the immune system. As the medicine swamla, we take it with high this quantity of vitamin C that is rich in the amla, that is Indian gooseberry.
How Ayurveda medicine diagnose allergies? Is it classified?
Yes, what? One second. Repeat the question.
How Ayurveda medicine diagnose allergies? It's came like in classical medicine.
We have to identify the imbalance of vata, pitta, and kapha. When the Ayurveda says that any disease is only due to the imbalance in vata, pitta, and kapha. So to identify the imbalance, we have to see the pathological symptoms of the vata, because if there is imbalance in the kapha, that is the potential energy in our system, that leads to this allergy. So.
Okay, can you tell me some seasonal preventive treatments for allergies?
For allergies, we have to see that which type of allergy it is there. For example, a person is sneezing and we feel that is nasal allergy, or that for respiratory system, we give this haridra, curcuma. Curcumin is a wonderful medicine for allergy. It's the best anti-allergy medicine. That's curcumin. Then there is a medicine known as shirish, that is Albizia lebak. This is also one of the best medicine. Then there is medicine tulsi. Tulsi is also very good for various type of allergies. Then there is manjishta. Manjishta is Rubia cordifolia. So then there is this yashti madhu, that is known as Glycyrrhiza glabra. So these medicines are generally used for allergy. Even this Piper longum and Piper nigrum is also very good for the different type of allergies. Because we have to give the medicine which increase our immune system. Okay?
Is there some side effects?
No. Ayurvedic medicines have no side effects, but they have side benefits. You can't say any side effect. Yes.
Which are those side benefits?
For example, we are giving medicine. For example, we are taking some medicine for allergy because it increases our immune system. So the medicine, the other disease which is we are suffering, we are not told the doctor about that disease. That is also cured. For example, we are giving medicine for the for one problem, and the other symptoms related to that are also cured, because the medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, works as a whole, not only a particular organ. So that type of side benefits we get.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Madan.
Okay.
What happens to our body when we get cold and flu?
Basically, cold and flu we get because of seasonal changes, and also because of our immunity, when our immunity gets low. So these are the two causes. When the immunity is low and the season is changing, we get cold and flu. And basically, when we are affected by cold or flu, our nasal passages, they block, and we get fever. There is deposition of cough, and our body tries to expel the cough, and we sometimes get fever also. So these are the signs and symptoms of cold and flu, and we should take rest whenever we are affected by the cold and flu.
Can you tell the differences between cold and flu?
Yes, cold is basically, usually the cold affects us when there is a seasonal change. It is a seasonal type of environmental factors are responsible for this. But flu is usually, the cause is the virus. There are some types of virus like influenza virus is there, some swine flu, there are some viruses, bird flu is there, some type of flus are there. So viruses, the cold caused by some virus is called flu. So these are interrelated terms, but the basically symptoms are the same: nasal congestion, allergies, and nausea, fever, and all such symptoms are there in both the diseases. And flu becomes difficult to treat if it is not handled properly in the beginning. So flu is little dangerous than the common cold.
Okay, can you tell me how do you treat cold and flu in Ayurvedic medicine?
We get cold and flu because not everybody gets cold and flu. There are some people who gets flu or some people who get cold, not everybody. So first of all, we believe that improving the immunity is very important. If our immunity is good enough, we don't get cold and flu. So Ayurveda doesn't lay emphasis only on treatment of the symptoms, but also improving the immunity along with that. So symptomatic treatment of cold and flu, it consists of giving some herbs. Like we use turmeric, curcuma longa, we use this black pepper, we use tulsi. Tulsi is a herb, we use the tulsi capsules. Allergy care capsules are there. So combination of various anti-allergic herbs. So there is simple home remedy in India we use. We take some tulsi leaves juice and some ginger juice and put some black pepper, and then we add some honey, and then we give that home remedy to children. So this way we treat the flu in India, and proper rest is very important, and giving some soups, warm soups, vegetable soups is also very important, and rest is also very important. It is very important to remain hydrated. Drinking warm water is also very important to fight flu, and keeping yourself covered, keeping your head covered, keeping your body, upper chest covered is also very important. Keeping yourself warm is important.
How do they diagnose cold and flu in Ayurveda medicine?
In Ayurveda medicine, it's basically the symptoms. It's we call pratishaya. This cold and flu we call pratishaya. There is a specific term for that. So we diagnose with the symptoms only, how the mucus, what is the type of mucus, the color of mucus, and fever and the pulse we check. We check the tongue also. So different methods of diagnosing flu and cold.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Now, what is anemia?
Anemia is the basically deficiency of iron in this hemoglobin, or you can say the number of RBCs is less in the system. That is called as anemia. When the number of RBC in the body, or either there is a loss of RBCs, or there is a defective production of RBCs, and that leads to anemia. For example, there is a hemolysis. So then there is a lot of this RBCs are wasted, and that leads to anemia. So anemia is the deficiency of RBCs in your system.
How Ayurvedic medicine diagnose anemia?
And Ayurveda we call anemia as Pandu. Pandu Rog is related to the Pitta, that is the Ranjak Pitta is the place which is in the liver. According to Ayurveda, the lining of the stomach has also a very important role to play in anemia. So that is why there is the great rishi known as Vagbhat. He used to say this the role of this stomach lining is very important, and certainly there is a defect in the bone marrow. So anemia is treated with Ayurveda. We have to see what is the cause of anemia. Whether it is iron deficiency anemia, or there is a deficiency of vitamin B12, or there is a deficiency of folic acid. So accordingly we give the medicine according to that. And this amla is one of the best medicine for treating anemia. We give this pomegranate medicine made from the pomegranate. So they are very useful. This iron medicine known as Panonava Mandur. And then there is a known medicine Nawai Slow, and that contains 9 things. That is a combination of 9 herbs. So that is very, very good medicine for treating anemia. This medicine known as Dhatrido is also very useful.
I read somewhere that diet is good for anemia. Can you tell me something more about it?
Repeat the question.
I read somewhere that diet is very good for anemia.
That's the diet. For example, this black gram, we call it black chana. That's very good for anemia. The lentils are good. They contains lot of iron. Dates are good for almonds are good. That leads to this, gives lot of iron to our system. So for diet, spinach is really very, very good for treating anemia.
Can you tell me the other treatments for anemia?
According to the patient, when we diagnose the patient, what is the root cause? Because most of the anemias we see there is a deficiency of iron. So because it's the bone marrow which needs these RBCs are produced from that, we see that if there is a deficiency of iron, then we give the medicine based on which are rich in iron. For example, Punanava, I have told that Punanava is really very good. Then there is a medicine made Lohasav also. This is also very, very useful. Ayaskriti is a very good medicine we use for anemia.
Is there some any homemade medications for this kind of disease?
Yes, homemade medications are from the black chana. This is called black gram. So certain lentils we make medicines from that, and these are good for treating the anemia.
Kidney beans.
Kidney beans are also very good.
We will start first with what is osteoporosis?
Osteoporosis is basically when the bone density decreases from certain level, then it is called osteoporosis. When the density of the osteoclast or the bone cells, it becomes osteoblast, it becomes very less in a per centimeter square area of the bone, then it is called osteoporosis. So it affects mainly after menopause and elderly people. They are very much prone to osteoporosis.
How do you diagnose?
We have certain tests like X-ray absorptiometry is there. There is bone marrow density test is done with the machines nowadays. There are so many machines, and the bone density is measured with that, and we come to know the levels of the bone density, and then we diagnose it is osteoporosis or not yet. So
who is the best cure for osteoporosis in Ayurveda?
Basically, first of all, we have to see what is the cause. Mainly, in some cases like menopause, the osteoporosis is because of lack of hormones, and sometimes there are younger people also who are suffering from osteoporosis. The lack of calcium in their diet is also one of the leading cause of osteoporosis. So, giving the calcium, exercise, proper sleep. In Ayurveda, this is called there are three upastham, or the three pillars of life: sleep, diet, and lifestyle. Diet and lifestyle, sleep, and this indulgence in the sexual activity. So these three things are there. If you are not sleeping well, if the sleep is not good and not properly sleeping, and the vata imbalance is there, and that affects the bones. So that also erodes the calcium from the bones. Second is the diet. Nowadays you see the packaged food is there, the processed food is there, and children don't drink too much milk or calcium, milk and yogurt, no one consumes too much calcium. So lack of calcium leads to osteoporosis. Diet. Soft drinks, they contain too much chemicals. So they also dissolve the bones, and so I would suggest don't drink too much of soft drinks, and this alcohol, and this smoking, and diet and sleep. These are two things. Third is this indulgence in the sexual activity. Nowadays people are too much involved in so many tamasic behaviors like indulgence in the sexual activities. So according to Ayurveda, if you indulge too much into sexual activity, you consume a lot of energy, Shukra Dhatu, or the Shukra Dhatu you lose. So basically you are losing the essence of all the dhatus, all the tissues. According to Ayurveda, the semen or the Shukra Dhatu, semen and ova in female, semen in male, this is called Shukra Dhatu in men. If you lose them, you are losing all your dhatus. So Ras, Rakt, Mas, Med, Asti, Majja, Shukra. Asti means bones. That means your bone metabolism is also disturbed if you are indulging too much into sexual activity. So these three things should be balanced. They are also maintaining our immunity, our health. So diet, lifestyle, sleep, and indulgence in sexual activity, this affects the calcium levels and our overall health. Secondly, hormonal imbalance after menopause. That is also the major cause of loss of bone density. And thirdly, this age. After age of women after the age of 65 and men after the age of 70, they usually their bone density they decrease. So we can measure the bone density using some machines, but in Ayurveda also we can see from the pulse also. If there is too much Vatic and Pathic pulse, that means the rate of osteoclastic activity or the bone deterioration activity is more. We see Vata and Pitta imbalance in the pulse, and if it is too much in imbalance, then we can estimate the loss of body tissues, including the bone.
Is there a permanent cure in Ayurveda medicine for this kind of disease?
As I have told you that the cause is, what is the cure of the problem, we have to go for treat the cause. If you are not sleeping well, if your lifestyle is not good, and if you are consuming all those packaged and processed food, then it is difficult to cure. If we want to treat osteoporosis, then exercise is very important. Morning walk is very important. Sufficient amount of calcium intake should be there, and taking care of the stress is also very important. And these things are very important. And we also give some oils for massage, like the Dharmantram oil, anti-vata oil, Dharmantram oil, and calcium supplements. And this is very important to cure it. It can be it can be cured, but with little effort.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
So,
okay.
I will see you here in Macedonia.
Sure. Thank you very much.
We have a little bit
longer conversation. Yes, definitely. Sure. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.